Hey people, Injured here, 1v1, Cival Frontier, blue side. Nezagem with a Warlock, I believe this is Grand Piano. This guy leaps into combat with some powerful spellcasting, disruption and support. This is the Biltan scheme, I think. It's not Eandon, Eandon's yellow, I've learned this much. Up against is Adila with a Warboss, a melee hero walking through objects, very strong offense, disruption and support from the front lines. Hoping for a good game here. Piano is currently top of the ladder, very active 1v1 player. Adila's of course been around forever. Not sure exactly what Piano's main is. I don't think Adila plays Warboss all that much. So it should be interesting. Got some Howling Banshees on the field for Piano. They'll be trying to cap up the northeastern side. Big line of points on this map and no natural VPs. Each player does get one natural power and one natural rec point though. Warlock getting stuck into shooter boys. Here comes Sluggers. Retreats early, gets away okay. Into a Shuriken, I imagine. You might see Adila try to push for a very early power harass. Warboss can basically mess up these Guardians with some shooter support. They're just going to run. Smack. Does it kill one? It does kill one. Bad day for that fella. Oh, but they're not going on the power. Look at this. Maybe they should have before the Shuriken comes out. Wants to turn and try to stabilize the mid a bit, I think. Banshees had a look at the shooters, didn't go after them. Now the Warboss is looking at them with his stomp ready to go. Yeah, it's going to be Shuriken, I'm pretty sure. Which maybe means Storm Boys, which are always fun to see. Unless you just try to skip and Death Dread it up. You've got big shooters in for the shooter boys. Gives them the on-demand aiming watch that suppression ability, which is very handy to have. But yeah, Adila's capping up the mid. Piano now isolates the Sluggers southwest. And is going to cap the VP down there and grab some mid points. Doesn't really have a very good bashing force here, so it would have been a slow power bash. Which is maybe why Adila didn't go after it. The Sluggers don't have burners or anything. Maybe. Shuriken is up. Guardian weapon team with this limited firing arc weapon that suppresses units, including that Warboss. He's a big fella, but you can still suppress him. Double cap very early on for Adila. But they aren't having it all their own way through the mid. Shuriken set up now. It's actually firing on the shooter boys though. Switches targets to the Warboss, tries his stomp and flees. Guardian's getting out there really quick actually. Piano's being very careful with model losses early on. And it's Storm Boys indeed for Adila. So maybe a Witchblade of Kurnus in tier 2. Must be tempting to get the Immolator though for the double shooters and stuff. Destruct it into Immolate is pretty fun to do. 428 to 500 VPs, double cap. It is indeed an Immolator for Piano. Nothing yet for the Warboss. Could have maybe got Angry Bits up and just tried to get around at an angle on the Shuriken and charged in. And kept the dream of the early Death Dread alive. But now Storm Boys are here and they might bleed models like crazy. They leap into combat or jump into combat with their rocket packs and have power melee weapons, although it will help against the Warlock's commander armor, doesn't really help against regular infantry. There's Immolate on the Warlock himself. Much more effective, of course, against multiple entities rather than a single entity, so it can be efficient to put it on yourself in a melee fight. But Adila was live to it and just backed off, goes for power now. Shooter boys both have big shooters at the moment. And there's your Shuriken cannon. Are they going to jump it? They are going to jump it. It's got a risky jump in front of base. Very risky. Warlock does good DPS with the Immolator. Gets a special. Oh, that could wipe them. I think they're wiped. Adila kept them in way too long trying to finish off the Shuriken, and now they're gone. I wonder what they're going to do now. They might try to play defensive and go for tier 2. Could go for the Angry Bits. Could just get more Storm Boys up. We have an enhanced custom shooter for the Warboss. I don't know if this is a ranked game. I didn't notice the L at the start. And when you have experienced 1v1 players like this, they'll often try stuff out in games like this so that they can use it maybe in a tournament or something, or a league. So we might see some like super optimal choices here, but so far it seems pretty solid. Maybe the enhanced custom shooter was odd to see, but it's because of this. Shoot them good on the shuriken, that's why. Don't often associate it with countering setup teams, but it can be done if you can catch them non-setup, which he did there. Kills a guardian. Immolator, immolating the Warboss's head. What does it do again? 10 damage every second for 10 seconds. That's a lot. Oh, that's immolate, you dumbass. What does the thing do? Yeah, 3 piercing DPS over 5 seconds. I was going to say. 10 times 10 on a melee hit would be nuts. Pretty sure that immolate's been nerfed more than once over the years as well. Trying to cap while facing them, but he's not getting shots off. I wonder if he's slightly too far away or something. Shuriken to the mid. Shooters spot it. Here comes sluggers with burners. A couple of power weapons and extra health. Could do quite well here. Guardians didn't have grenades because Piano's gone tier 2. They might still get battle equipment up though, because Adila has more Storm Boys. Not sure if Piano's seen them yet. All the grenades are super useful against sluggers running in or Storm Boys jumping stuff. Warlock isn't healed up, but there's the immolate, which is doing the 10 flame damage every 10 seconds, or every second for 10 seconds I should say. So they could like wipe this kind of thing if they stand in it for the full duration. They've already taken a bit of damage. 386 to 426 VP lead for Adila. But Piano really hasn't lost a lot. Adila had to replace the Storm Boys and Piano's in tier 2. Banshee's just on capping duty the whole time. They've got a little bit of XP. But that contested power node. Other contested power node is uncapped. And I don't think they touched any of Piano's power. Adila's power also hasn't been touched, but it's only 2 gens here. There we go, 3rd gen got up. Battle equipment is in play now. Gives them a grenade, more health, and allows them to put up some shields. Also gives them fleet, doesn't it? Doesn't say that here. Warlock missed his special attack, is very sad now, but gets stuck in. Immolate on himself. Banshees on flank. Perfect timing from the Banshees to arrive there. Oh, but they couldn't get a model. The Storm Boys got away without bleeding. Unbelievable. Tier 2 soon for Adila. There it is. I'm guessing Piano wants a Wraith Lord, which could be a massive pain in the ass. Yeah, there's no Falcon. They must be going Wraith Lord here. Unless they're doing some weird rush to tier 3 thing. Or maybe Warp Spiders. Double Warp Spiders would be cool. 1-to-1 cap here. Shuriken gets suppressed by aiming. What's that? But we'll start firing again soon. I think they chained it together there to keep them suppressed. Yeah, they did. That's nicely done by Adila. But the Shuriken's kicked back in. They almost got it though. Almost got it down. Wonder if those shooter boys were leveled up, they would have had enough DPS to just take it out there, finish it off. Warboss is really angry at these gens. Nope, he's going to chase down the Guardians. I was going to say it's going to take him a while to smack a gen down with his default weapon. Well, does he get... I think he keeps the same melee weapon when he gets this. Enhanced custom shooter. There's full auto, not full auto. Shoot him good on the Warlock's face. Warlock is level 2, by the way. The stomp had a weird animation, and it missed anyway.
What do you wish of us?
Banshees just leave him alone, apparently. No grenade either. They want that wreck point. Sluggers up in the northeast, grabbing that VP. 359 to 407. It is indeed a Wraith Lord for Piano. Adila's going for a War Truck, but they might cancel that when they see this thing and try to get a couple of Tank Busters up. At least one. Maybe Tank Busters and a Weird Boy, because a Weird Boy can do some anti-vehicle damage and can help control the infantry stuff. Storm Boys jumping through onto the Shuriken. Banshees are there. Potential grenade is there as well. See the Guardians trying to create some space. I thought they were looking for the retreat grenade. Shuriken gets away. Yep, Adila cancelled the truck to get some tank busters. Another weird stomp animation for the Warboss. Is it because they're doing shoot 'em good and stuff, or is it just the enhanced custom shooter making his animations weird? I mean, it's pretty custom. Sluggers with their knob leader now. Makes them way more dangerous. It's got a chunk of hit points and a power melee chopper. Here are your tank busters. Do what they do. Do what they say. Do what they're called. I'll get it right. They bust some tanks with these rocket launchers. Big burst damage. Wraithlord has a shoulder-mounted shuriken cannon. 285 407. Daka on the Warlock's face. Immolate goes up. There's shoot 'em good now to stun the Warlock. Does it do damage? It actually does damage as well. Decent amount as well. What are they going to do? Tank busters will get shots in, but where are the Storm Boys going to go? They have their knob leader. Didn't get a stun on that jump though. Banshee's yell suppresses them. They're not, yeah, they can't really send the Banshees through onto the tank busters when there's Storm Boys and Sluggers there, because they could both turn around and catch the Banshees on retreat. So Piano playing it smart, playing it defensive, gets the Warlock, the Wraithlord out of there. Warlock is getting... oh, Witchblade of Kurnus on the way. That'll really help in this kind of situation. Wraithlord turns to get some smacks in. Tank Buster's getting shots though. There's a barrage. And it hits really well. Ooh, we might go down here. Storm Boys are sent packing. Warlock goes down. We're trying to tie up the tank busters. The Wraithlord lives though. Now getting double repairs. And that might be enough. Yeah, I think the double repairs are going to be enough here. Banshees are low. Banshees might wipe. Banshees do wipe. What about the Sluggers? Seems like they are out healing. The tank buster just need to avoid the barrage. There we go. Out repairing, I should say. The Wraithlord also has, yeah, little bit of health regeneration naturally because it's made of that weird Eldar Wraithbone stuff. 285, 311 on the VPs. Got some shooter boys capping mid. Warboss. Still with only enhanced custom shooter. Hasn't leveled up either. What about a Warlock? Warlock's level 3. No sign of a Falcon or anything. I think some Warp Spiders will do pretty well here. Warboss almost got by a Wraithlord swing and a smack. 276 to 306. Shooter boys can maybe get some DPS onto the Warlock. Oh, he throws Distortion Field on himself, I think, there. From his Global Bar, there's a Storm Boy jump, getting some stuns. Tank Buster's getting some shots. Warlock tries to get after him. And does so. Taking shots, though. There's the Ethereal Slash. Now flees. And they get the Wraithlord. Tank Buster barrage misses. Storm Boy's jumping ahead of it, but right into the Shuriken's firing arc. And it is Warp Spiders for Piano. Teleporting squad with good anti-infantry damage. Can frustrate melee squads with their mobility. And they still have the Sluggers and the Storm Boys. Storm Boys need a reinforcement. Have improved rocket packs for longer jump range. And Bomber Boys. Warboss did go down. 241 to 306. We'll see if Piano can apply some pressure here with the Warboss down. What is this down here? That's the Sluggers. Piano going to the northeast VP with the Warlock. Double cap for Adila. Double Guardian sticking near the Wraithlord for that repair support. Sluggers can't approach that really. Even if they did try, they might eat a grenade doing it. Huge DPS from this Shuriken Cannon. Almost 47 DPS on that thing. That's like a Tech Marine and a half sitting on the Wraithlord's shoulder. Storm Boys get a good jump, but eat a grenade. Beautiful grenade from Piano. Only got 2 kills off it, slightly unlucky. Storm Boys aren't leveled either. Warp Spiders run into a bunch of Daka, which I don't like. Tank Busters doing some work. Storm Boys very slowly bashing power here. Tank Busters taking down some gens. There's the barrage. It's a good aim. Piano spots it, gets out of the way. Only took a few of the hits there. They got the node down, they got a gen down. That's alright. Bomber Boys goes in. And then they flee. Can they get this gen down? Come on, fellas. There we go. Now run. Warboss back to his feet. Lost the indicator for them, though. They did hit level 2. Seems pleased with it. Another Wraith Lord for Piano. They're going to need double tank busters or a beamy looter or something. Or maybe a tank. Can they get a tank? Will take them a while. Shoot them good on the shuriken. Gets it out. Wraith Lord constantly getting followed around and repaired. But able to scare off the shooters. Here comes Sluggers though with a nasty flank. Burners roaring. Grenade dodged. Guardians get the hell out of there. Leave it to the Wraith Lord. And here comes the second one. No shoulder mounted weapon yet. But still starts with that wrist mounted shuriken catapult. Not sure what the DPS on that is actually. I'm pretty sure they can fire. Yeah, they can fire the shoulder mounted weapon and the wrist weapon at the same time. It's a lot of damage. A lot of damage. Storm Boys chasing off some Guardians, but they have to flee. Warlock's going to fall here. I think they were trying to get close enough for Ethereal Slash to mess up the Tank Busters a bit. Speaking of Tank Busters, another one on the way for Adila. Here come Warp Spiders all of a sudden. Look at the DPS on the Tank Busters. They could just get into melee as well and tie them up that way. Almost got them down. Here come more Tank Busters. Oh, but they're not firing. Little lapse in concentration there from Adila. You know what? They might have been able to take that Wraith Lord down if they fired and then did a barrage or something earlier on. I'm not sure if it would have been able to get away. Could be a costly mistake. Little mistake there by Adila. 159 to 282 on the VPs. Warlock is down. Twitching in the mid. No wreck to rebuy though, been reinforcing stuff. Here's a whole mob of Orks, including double tank busters. Barrage, might get one down. Oh, that was so close. That was so close. Beautiful grenade again. Two of them, in fact. Maybe could have saved the second one there. So here comes Storm Boys, and lots of Daka. Guardians were out of position a bit. Storm Boys jump in. Got a stun on the Warp Spiders as they were teleporting there, which is fun. And that's Distortion Field up on them from the Warlock's global bar, lowering the range damage that they take. Used a good effect here. They still need to retreat off 159 to 251 and get a power bash finished here. But aside from the Banshees, Grand Piano's lost no units. Adila lost Storm Boys. Was that it? I think only lost Storm Boys. They've both lost their hero at least once. So it's pretty even. Adila with a VP lead, but that could change very quickly. Sluggers going northeast to try and grab it. And Orks going southwest as well with some shooters and tank busters. Shuriken trying to set up. Gets it done. Tank buster barrage to disrupt, but they do get rid of them. Oh, maybe they can get these tank busters down. There's a lot of range damage on retreat. I think they're going to get it done. Yep, tank busters wipe. Still one up. They might need to just buy one again. To be honest, it's really going to delay their hopes for any tier 3. Yeah, tank busters on the way here. Single cap for Adila. Has Piano just made a breakthrough there where they can stabilize the mid with double Wraith Lords? Warp Spiders get the hell out of there. I guess, do you need to stun all of them to stop them teleporting or something? Even the stunned ones seem to teleport. Maybe they are technically teleporting before they get stunned, like slightly before. Look at that firepower on the Warboss. Double tank busters again. Storm Boys do have that heavy metal weapon to help put some damage on, I suppose. Maybe they can jump and finish. Warp Spider's gonna go and harass the sluggers at the top. Oh, the Warlock's there with his Witchblade as well. But I want to see what happens to these Wraith Lords. Tank Buster Barrage going for it. It's a nice attempt. But Piano knows to keep him moving. Knows to keep him moving. Shuriken's going to go down, I think, here. Oh, maybe not. They got rid of him. They got rid of him. I think it's going to be okay. What's happened up here then? Oh, Slugger's died. That's what happened. Slugger's super died. Warlock took a bunch of damage, but judged it well and got the kill. And those were leveled up Sluggers, I think. They were fully upgraded, that's for sure. Now some repairs for the Wraith Lords. Level 2. Both of them. This one almost level 3. It's spiky armor for Adila. Not sure what's up with that. Not a lot of melee in Piano's army. I mean, it does give him a bunch of health and health regen as well. And if you can force ranged squads to hit you in melee, they'll proc the spiky armor. Going up to the northeast, Storm Boys do need reinforcing, but they're going to try and get the cap on the wreck point. Shoot the boys sticking together. Have some tank busters with them too. Trying to keep pressure up on the Wraith Lord. Doesn't want them to establish a dominant position in the mid. If they can get a good double barrage, which is much easier said than done. I wonder if it's worth getting stick bombers. Because they have the stun bombs. The stun bombs do affect vehicles. And they're good against the Guardians and stuff. Might be worth it. If they can get the resources, that is. There's a barrage. 2 barrages, I think. Wraith Lords are pushing quite hard here. Piano knew that they had the Shuriken on the tank busters there, I guess, but I was still very, very close. One more volley might have done it on that Wraith Lord. Maybe the Storm Boys can get the finish here with a jump. And use the choppers or something. Power Claw coming up for the Warboss. Has the trophy rack as well. There's one last shooting good on the Warlock. Storm Boys jumping in, but they're in a dicey position. They went for the Shuriken, and I don't think they're going to survive it. I mean, that was a bad jump from Adila. Down they go. Guardians also wiped, though. 3 Wraith Lords now. I didn't even notice that one being built, and it's going for a shoulder-mounted Shuriken again. All the Wraith Lords. Pretty awesome to see. Ard Boys up on the Warboss to give him 25% damage resist. Try and get this cap. Gets it. And smacks a Wraith Lord. Wraith Lords have melee resistance, though. So the Wraith Lord can't just run up and solo one of them or anything. Heavy melee only does half damage to these vehicles, whereas the Wraith Lords will be doing full damage back to the Warboss. Minus melee resist, of course. 84 to 226. I mean, I wonder if a level 10 Warboss would be able to take on... Like a level 10 Warboss with heavy armor and claw would take on a level 1 Wraith Lord or something. Maybe. Also depends if the Wraith Lord has the Shuriken Cannon. Getting shots in as the Warboss approaches or whatever. Weird Boy on the way for Adila now. They still have the double tank busters. But only shooters other than that. And the Warboss himself, of course. Looking for some action here. Wraith Lord is very low. Wraith Lord goes down. They got one. Warboss goes down as well, though. Can they get another? Can they get another? Yes, they can. Tank Buster's doing some work. This is I think this is the first Wraith Lord still. It's a level 3 now. 84 to 185. I'm not sure what happened there with Piano. Expected a player of his caliber to be able to recognize that threat and get away sooner. I don't think there was any micro pressure anywhere else. I don't think so. You never know, though, what they're doing. They might be buying gens, purchasing units. A little bit of lapsing concentration. If they just turned and went as far away as they could, I think they would have got away. Yeah, double tank busters is vicious. Might be worth dropping an Autark in on those guys. A retreat. Nope, I thought he was trying to get a retreat ethereal slash off there. 84 to 112 on the VPs. Tank Buster's being suppressed at long range, so it's not doing a huge amount of damage here. Wraith Lords needs repairs. There we go. There's only one Guardian squad to do the repairs now. There's a barrage. Wraith Lord was sure to move as soon as they saw that animation pop off. Here's your weird boy. Has Warp Head already for Foot of Gork. And there's that basic attack, which is awesome, doing plasma cannon damage. Did that say 225? No, 225 for the Foot of Gork. That's painful. Could finish off a vehicle with that as well. 84 to 75 VPs. Piano now the double. And it's Wraithguard for Piano. I mean, I guess they have no melee aside from the Warboss. And I don't think they'd be knocked over by the Weird Boy's attack. I'm not sure if it's weapon knockback or the ability knockback. Weird Boy also gets Warpath rolling. Running out of VPs though is Adila. And now they have Wraithguard to deal with. Another kind of threat to deal with. Which is a great way to put pressure on players. If you come at them with the same type of thing, it's much easier to counter than a bunch of different things. Harder to use, of course. Barrage doesn't quite knock the Warlock off the cap there. It's all about distance when you're trying to knock stuff off the cap. Just being knocked over doesn't stop the capping action. Wraithguard have their Spirit Seer Warlock buddy. And Wraith Cannons a go-go on the Warboss's head. Didn't suppress him though. But he has to leave. Shuriken was there. 2 to 1 for Adila. But I'm not sure how they're going to do here. Tank Busters are going to get ripped apart by Wraithguard. Wraith Lord is getting healed or repaired. And he's almost level 4. So that Shuriken Cannon on his shoulder is doing even more damage now. Just peeling off models. And look at that from the Wraithguard. Piano trying to target ground, I think, as the stuff is moving around. Wraith Cannons have that wind-up time, so if you keep moving, you won't get hit by them unless the opposing player has the wherewithal and the accuracy to target ground and the timing. Weird Boy gets in the back line, stuns a Shuriken. Warboss is on the Wraithguard. Wraithguard do not like melee and they're being torn apart there. Warboss is pissed. Level 5. Trophy rack as well to debuff stuff. Can they get the Wraith Lord? I think. Oh, Warboss is trying to get there. Weird Boy gets it done. A melee Wraith Lord kill with a Weird Boy, I think that was. But Adila has the single cap. I think they've done enough because they have the northeast. Yeah, there's the win for Piano. Had 3 units on the field at the end. But just threw everything into that last fight to make sure they kept them off the mid for long enough, I think. Level 6 Warlock with the Witchblade of Kurnus. Fully kitted Warboss. Did they? I think that enhanced custom shooter did enough. Did the Power Claw do enough? Because isn't this thing 50 power to buy? I'm not sure if that was worth it in the end. Might have helped get some hits on the Wraith Lords, which helped get them down maybe. But perhaps tier 3 and a tank would have been better. I don't know if they would have been able to get there. They had some sluggers at the end. With a Knob Leader. To help cap and stuff, I suppose. Well, there you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. It was a fun 1v1, I think. And I'll see you next time.